shit was messed up.
That
Luminex,
shit
that
was
was
a
messed up.
fuckery.
That was fucked up. Holy crap. And like, by the way, guys, thank you for joining. If you're watching the replay, let us know in the comment section. How was your experience with the Luminex Launchpad? Was it a disaster? I mean, like,
Oh, it
I
was.
think everybody.
Yeah, it
Go
was a
ahead.
disaster, or it was slick like a smooth butter. But I don't think so because we had a lot of issues.
Buddy, buddy, I predicted this when I did my live stream after PSAT token went live there. And like, when you are experienced with launchpads, like myself and others, you automatically see flaws in the system that you know are going to lead to bigger problems. And what did I say? I literally say it's only going to get worse. Okay, in our live stream, go check it out. And what happened yesterday? It got way worse. And we're going to be talking about all those things. Let people roll in. I'm not too sure how many people here on YouTube actually got into Luminex. I know a lot more people on Twitter might have, but we'll share this on Twitter as well. We'll let the rest of the Francis Doing Uncensored fanatics come in because I want to hear from you guys as well. I've seen a lot of the comments. It's pretty funny, and a lot of them is pretty messed up too at the same time. Okay, so we want to hear from you guys. Once again, for the people who are now joining, when I did my live stream, when they conducted that sale with PSAT, okay, what did I say? I said that how things are going to get worse. And it got a hella worse. Not just worse, but it got a hella worse. And we're going to be discussing all of those things. People say that how there was a bot that took it. Some people say I got some at the end. Some people said I didn't get any. Let's see what's up. Alex Lab is another one that's coming to market, and I think that's something that we all should look forward to because Alex Lab has proven to us that they're capable of building a workable product, right? Like their DEX, which is a real technology, not just a website where you sync in a wallet and you don't worry about bots. You put 2 lines of code. It's 2 or 3 lines of code you put in, right, to prevent the bots. But I mean, and that was one of their bigger selling points, right? It was that how, oh yeah, don't worry, we got bot prevention, all this shit. Doesn't work, bro. Okay, as I said, and like nobody should ever take this personal, bro. It's never personal in this space, right? Like when I speak here, it's never personal. It's just reality. It's facts. And the moment I saw that they had tokens being listed on the market with PSAT, when you're still conducting a pre-sale, I'm like, yeah, these guys are noobs. And we're going to see much bigger problems. Okay, so we'd love to hear from you guys. How was your experience over there? We're having a little conversational style of type of live stream, and yeah, we could get right to it though. Dev, how was your experience? I know you tried.
Yeah, 2 for 2 meaning that 2 for 2 miss. The experience was it was like it was some it was what it is, meaning that I was on time. I did everything as it should been, and the result was error, error, error,
Yeah,
error. So
yeah.
nothing. That was it.
And
Until
I believe they
second
were
later.
saying something like, what did they say? They sent out a tweet saying why the error was there. What
Yeah,
was
so
that tweet?
they say that Bitcoin was congested, XVers was down, the platform was over. It was actually they hit it 60K users during the mint and that time, so everything got overloaded, and it seems like that that was the issues that it seems like that everything went down in that case, and they just utilized as an excuse that you know. Um, all the mean was overloaded, and it
Mm-hmm,
caused
mm-hmm. You know
the
what my
mean to.
experience was? My experience was just not much of an experience because I didn't even bother. I literally knew. Somebody asked me and said, "Hey, did you try to get in?" I said, "No." They're like, "Why?" I said, "Because I knew what the outcome was going to be based off of PSAT. It's only going to get worse." So, like at this point in time, I think in crypto, it's like you might get one more chance, so you got another chance, and that's it. Rest in peace. Move on to the next. I don't give a shit. I don't want to say something here before I get to the live chat. I see a lot of people were commenting that they didn't really get in. They didn't try. Somebody saying, give me a 100x. Don't worry. I always got something up my sleeve. That's for sheezy. I don't wait for the market to present opportunities. I like to create my own opportunity. So, we got something that we're skewing up in the background there, whipping up in the background. Might be able to share with you guys on a later date. But this is what I would say, right? A lot of people are going towards, like, say, Luminex, right? And they're like, oh my God, it's such a great launch pad. They existed, what, 2 weeks? And what's all the
Well,
hype about, bro? What's all the hype
they
about? Well, like
they
you
did
guys
train
know
on
me,
you.
man. Listen, I could weave out the facts and weave out the fiction and let you know how the storyline really goes. A lot of people might have some, some problems seeing through the distractions, but let me do that for you, okay? And it's the truth. They only existed for 2 weeks. What are you guys going off of this credibility? People are going off of what? No, I'll tell you what they're going off of. It's not, I don't mean to answer, but they lasted for 2 weeks, so they are noobs. Okay, they are noobs. That's a fact. You look at Alex, and I don't give a shit about favoritism. I'm just talking about the facts. Alex has been around for some time. I'm expecting Alex to do a much better job. Now, one could argue it can't get any worse than this, bro. It can only get better. Okay. It can't get any worse. It can only get better. So that's for sure. And maybe it's that layer one. And like some people like to say, well, well, they're the first launch pad, bro. Oh, well, just because you're the first launch pad doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the long lasting one. Anybody who's been around Ethereum DeFi knows this. How many launch pads were there? There were a shit ton of launch pads. And the ones that went first necessarily weren't the go-tos, right? It was the ones who had the most smoothest experience and also the ones who provided the best gains. Okay. Now, goes back to the genesis of this question. Why are you guys giving these guys so much reputation? Why? It's because of Bitgod. Because Bitgod went there, his token did good. So everybody thinks it's Luminex. It's not, man. So this is what I mean. Let me weave through all the things. Luminex right now is showing how newbie they really are. That's all I'm seeing. Okay? Right?
Well, but also the fact that there is not much competition from the launchpad side as for now, so they are actually
Sure.
taking the all so the light upon them, because they start with a banger, which that is the key part for any launchpad, to start off with a banger, and
Yeah.
then they ride that hype. But more attention you get, more user you get, more issue you get. And clearly, the pad that they are doing right now, it's not the right pad, because it cannot actually um, provide the solution for the audience that they have.
Yeah, and for those who are now joining us, do smash the like buttons. We are talking about, you guys are going off of reputation here, and I'm going off of in fact, right? Okay, so again, let me repeat what I just said because some people just joined. Now, what is the reputation here? You guys are going off of Bitgod's reputation that Luminex is going to do great. But in fact, when you take Bitgod out of the situation, okay, out of the equation, Luminex are noobs. They've only existed for 3 weeks at most, or whatever the heck it was, right? So, and I could tell you another reason why they're noobs, okay? And there's nothing to be ashamed about if you're Luminex. If you're a noob, you're a noob. You can't change that until time goes by and you get experience and you're not a noob. Or you prove to us that you're not a noob. But at this point, you don't get another chance to prove anything. You messed up horribly, and it got worse, as I predicted. In my first live stream when we did PSAT, I said, look, this is a newbie damn system. When you have tokens being traded on Unisat, when you're conducting the sale still, that right away. Anybody who comes from the Launchpad world, from Ethereum DeFi 2 years ago, knows this. Okay, so that's newbie shit right there. Okay, and then I said it's going to get worse, and sure enough, all hell broke loose yesterday with bots and what have you. So I go by, in fact, a lot of people go by reputation, and the reputation that people are giving them is what reputation can you really build in 3 weeks. There's not much of a reputation you can build in 3 weeks. So people are going off of Bitgod's, influence and how that did well. Sure, but that has nothing to do. When you take Bitcoin out of the equation, what happens to Luminex? It goes down the shitter. That's what we're seeing. So let's be honest here. You guys are giving newbies freaking, all the credit in the world for no reason because you're just giddy. You're excited. That's what people are in this space. I get it. Not me. So that's what I'm looking at. And if I'm looking at some real veterans in the space, I'm looking at Alex Lab. Alex Lab are the ones who've been here before Luminex, okay, who actually knows how to do these things. Now, is it because it's a layer one problem on Bitcoin that these launchpads are having this issue? I don't think that's the problem either. What was the mempool during the time? It has nothing to do with that. It was their system. It was their
70,
mechanism in
70,
place.
78,
It
78
was
is
their
happening.
system. So I don't want anybody to tell me, oh, it's the mempool. Bullshit, bro. Bullshit. You got noobs coming to market because they see an opportunity and they're showing what they really are worth. Like, what are they really valued at? Well, your work is showing us what you're valued at. Okay. And what I'm noticing now in this space is we're seeing a lot of like alliances being joined and having a narrative amongst them, and they want to push that narrative to kind of like control a narrative. And I don't do that stuff, bro. I don't give a shit about that, man. My alliance is with the people, and it's to let the people know the facts. whether it's good or bad. I'll give you guys an example, right? So I have $150,000 in Pulse Chain. When Pulsechain was doing its fuckery, not now at launch, like leading up to it, who was the one to say, hey man, I don't like this? Like, and I went live and I made a video and I'm saying all these things. I even said Pulsechain will dump at launch and it dumps. Like, I don't talk with feelings, bro. I put facts over feelings, you know? And I think a lot of people need to do the same thing. Don't fall in love, bro. Be honest. And let's see how we could really come up with a solution. Again, I think Alex, you know, we have a lot to look forward to them. Why? Because it could only get better. Well, that's number two. Number one is they have a proven product with their DEX, which is a real tech, not a sink in your wallet and I'm a launchpad. That ain't no tech, bro. Right? That's not no real tech. So I'm very optimistic to see what Alex could deliver here in the market, and I'm very interested to see their first project. Why? Because they already showed us that they got a workable DEX that people are using, and they didn't even have no issues with that. You know, so I'm very,
Yeah.
hey, look, I don't want to jinx them. I don't want to jinx them and put pressure on them. But I think Alex is something that, you know, will be much more dependable than what we saw with the Luminex and Ordkit. You know, again, it can only go up from here. Okay.
Well, of course. I mean, they have a solution. They have a DEX. They have already an operational system that is going very well in a way of, you know. Although we are still speaking about BRC20, and then you have to peg it in, peg it out. But if you're doing a launchpad in their solution, you're actually doing already in a liquid market, meaning that you're actually escaping a little bit the BRC20 and congestion of the Bitcoin side and the minting side. So they would bring a different approach compared to everything that is going on right now. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Alex Lab is going to actually proceed with the launchpad, the minting phase, which is, in my opinion, is going to be like the mint is just going to be when you're going to actually move it out in your wallet. That is going to be actually the
Yeah.
mint of the BRC20. But that's
I'll,
why
yeah.
I'm very positive on the Alex Lab side that they could handle it. I'm not, don't shoot me if everything got to shit, but that's what it looked
Yeah.
like. So we'll see. I mean, again, also
Buddy,
Alex Lab didn't prove anything yet. So
but well, I mean, with the order book DEX, you got to say they did, I think.
yeah, no, yes, that's for sure. But the procedure to a launchpad minting and all those kind of things
We're
still
going
need
to
to
get to
be,
the live chat shortly. Again, look, so a lot more people are joining. So let's just repeat that. So sorry for the current viewers who were here, and so sorry for those who are watching the replay. Let's just repeat that, guys. So we're talking about the things that I pretty much called out, that I noticed, right, with the PSAT launch that Luminex did. It was very newbie. They had tokens being traded on the market when the sale was still being conducted. Anybody who knows launchpads knows that that's not how things runs. Anybody who knows like early access to, like, say, although this is not much of an investment, knows you don't do that. You're a noob if you do that. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know hell what you're doing. Why are there noobs also? Is because they're only existed for 3 weeks. What do you guys like riding their dicks for? Oh, it's like a Luminex. Oh shit. They've been here forever and they've been doing really good. No, they've been here for a short period of time. They've been fucking up more than they've actually been doing good. Okay. That's number two. Number three, a lot of you guys are going off of Bitgod's reputation and thinking it's Luminex. Don't get mixed up. Okay, don't get mixed up. Bitgod's project did well, and everybody's like, oh, Luminex to the moon. The moment Bitgod goes, Luminex goes to the fucking earth. So you guys need to understand the differences here, right? And again, we're talking about other solutions at, Alex Lab, and they already had a launch pad, right? They already had one before. So this is not their first rodeo. So I'm very, optimistic, and I'm looking forward to that. And a lot of people don't like truth. A lot of people don't like reality. A lot of people like to have this little, like, kumbaya, tell me what I want to hear, don't talk shit, blah, blah, blah. You guys are going to be motherfucking broke for the rest of your lives, like that. That's all. Be broke. Be broke. Go ahead. You don't like to hear reality? You don't like to hear truth? Your business. I've been doing this for 6 years, made millions of dollars, and I'm in a very good place in my life because of this same line of thinking. Okay? A lot of people got to change their line of thinking. That's all I'm saying. And we will get to the live chat shortly as I put this phone down without making it fall. There we go.
no, and
Cool.
again, just to close it up on that, I mean, you have to use as a user experience, as an individual that is actually, as I say already, on the PSAT side, you're whitelisted, but at the end you're not whitelisted because you need to be fucking fast as a motherfucking Ferrari when he's actually working, and
Yo, bro.
you're not even be able to do there. So there are people that are waiting. I see also in our community they was waiting for like 6, 7, 8 hours preparing like 3, 4, 5 browser,
Yeah.
different wallets,
Just
different
for
here,
that.
different there, and then you're there in 30 seconds. it's gone. So I mean,
Hey,
come
we, we,
on.
we got the Italian mafia over here, okay? Don't make him go my fangool, and he's talking with his hands, Davis.
Yeah,
Do smash the
I'm
like
not
buttons,
Italian.
guys. We're coming to the live chat.
I'm not Italian.
I know, but you talk Italian, though. Don't you speak Italian?
I do. Yeah, I speak also
So
five.
guys, Davis knows 5 languages, and English is a 6. I'm not even joking, okay? So
Fourth.
Oh, fourth? Okay, whatever. I'm exaggerating a bit. Okay, so we got Vladimir says, "What's up? What's goody family? We're good, man. Just showing up, you know. I actually was taking time off of YouTube because I need to go back into my research room, which has been empty, collecting dust for the past like 2.5 months. The last time I was there, I was able to tap into BRC20 tokens and show you guys how to mint that. The only person on YouTube, the first person too, as well. So I feel as though when everybody's talking, well, like, this is what I tell you guys, right? I like to kickstart shit. I like to show you guys what's up, make my money, let them pump my bags. While they're pumping my bags, I move on to the next big thing that nobody knows about, and then I position there. So when the market catches up to me, they pump my bags again. I made a really good career out of that. It's not arrogance, it's just the truth. So that's what I need to do again, and I'm going to take some time off of. But I felt as though this video was needed. This video was needed because again, when you have so much experience, bro, guys, when you are like literally dependent on crypto to feed your kids, to pay your bills, to put gas, all these essentials, bro, like this is how you are. You know what I mean? You're going to have to call it for what it is. And you're going to have to see through the mist. And that's what we're doing here. So I just wanted to share with you guys what's actually really going on here. Would they fix themselves? I don't know, man. It's like you don't get another chance. Your rep is, in my opinion, your rep is tarnished. I don't give a shit, bro. And guys, another thing we gotta say, right? You can make an argument for both sides of the coin here, right? Some people might say, you know what? Whoever figures out the launchpad first is going to win big. And I agree, that is true. They're going to make some good money. They're going to be the players in the game. They're going to go on all these Twitter spaces and talk about, and everybody's going to be sucking their dicks and shit. I get that. But one could also argue, right? And I agree with the first one there. But the second side of that, or the other side of that coin is, one could argue is this is going to get monopolized. You might even get fucking VCs coming in here. You might start to get vesting periods. And then you get friends helping out friends. But nobody wants to hear this. You think Luminex, you think all these launchpads want to hear this? Of course they don't want to hear this. Oh yeah, we're decentralized, we're for Bitcoin, we're Bitcoin DeFi, but yet you want to monopolize a fucking launchpad, monopolize tokens, so you could do it this way. You make money and freaking help out friends and control narratives, right? Because you have a conflict of interest. That's what could happen here. That's what we saw with Ethereum DeFi. So which one do you want? And this is how the real world is. This is how the centralized world is, guys. Smash the like buttons if you agree with that. This is exactly how the stock market works, right? VCs, you need to have at least, what was it, $1 million in the bank, or making like 200K and 250 a year to become a VC. Why? Because it's risky, blah, blah, blah. But meanwhile, those guys are the billionaires. Meanwhile, we're the bitches slaving it out. That's what the law says to protect retailers, my ass, right? So that's what you have over there. And then this group of people pretty much harnesses this early access stages where they make the most money. Then we go buy it in the aftermarket at 100x, 50x, whatever, right? That's how that world works. So what I'm saying here now is when you have these group of people that we already saw in Ethereum DeFi, this took place, Dev, right? We've seen this happen. I was the first to, bring this to everyone, not the first to bring it to everyone's attention, but to speak about it publicly, and we will see this happen to Bitcoin with the same people calling it Bitcoin DeFi. It's decentralized. Nah, just don't call yourself Bitcoin DeFi if you're going to be doing that type of, launchpad. Okay. Now look, I get it. The current system, right? Let's call it for what it is, right? The current system or the current mechanism where the fair launch was taking place, that was really putting up fees. People were getting front and all that kind of stuff. I'm all for solutions. So people want to say, well, they were the first. Well, I think they were the first guinea pigs. They weren't really the first to figure it out because they didn't figure shit out. They were the first guinea pigs. Now we know what don't work. So, you might see another launchpad comes to market and saw the mistakes that Luminex made and then be the go-to. Okay? And I got to stress this one last time for those who just joined. Do not mix up the reputation of an influencer like Bitgod with Luminex. Those are two different entities. Okay? Okay? The moment Bitgod goes, what happens? Shit goes down like this. That's all I'm saying. What do we got in the chat?
Yes, so we got a few more statement. It says Satoshi Flaco say, yo broski, stay away from Luminex mint. It was too much. 2020 NFT mint vibes.
Yeah.
Um,
I hear you. Dude, listen, I didn't even try. Again, somebody asked me, "Oh, did you get in?" I said, "Buddy, I didn't even try." He's like, "Why?" I said, "Because I knew this was going to be the outcome." And furthermore, if you look at PSAT, it's like, dude, what the hell is my ticket? What was the ticket size? Like 55, right?
yeah.
And what's the price of the MXRC?
Well, no, it was 1,000 token. Uh, from PSAT, basically it's like $15.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is like for a guy like me, bro, and for many others out there too, it's like the ticket size is freaking like so small. I believe like it might have done like 80x, but when you look at the overall money that you get, it's like fucking $120, bro. To fill up my damn gas tank is 160. I don't know what the heck that's going to do for me, and I'm not even playing. So for me, it's not even worth my time on that front. And it's not worth my time on the other front that I knew was going to be a disaster. Prepare prepare to win, to make $150 all day, or prepare all day for nothing. Like, nah, bro. So I didn't even bother with that stuff, dude. Again,
Yeah,
I'll
no,
leave that to the
basically
noobs.
a ticket from PSAT now is $38.
A ticket from
You,
what? From PSAT?
from
Oh, a ticket.
PSAT,
Okay,
yes.
okay. Yeah,
You
yeah,
you
yeah,
would
yeah,
have
yeah.
get 1,000 token, and 1,000 token is they're selling at 4 cents, so it's $40.
There you go. I can't even freaking you know, pump air in my tires at the gas station. Actually, I can, but you know what I mean. With a bike. But anyways, so yeah, answer your question there. I saw somebody in here. I wanted to they, my guy, like, was it life as trader? Give me a, oh no, he's somebody else. Where is it? G Mimics. They said the main issue involved bots. Well, I thought they were supposed to have this bot prevention. That's my thing. We know, guys, listen, we know bots are going to be an issue when it comes to these first come, first serve type of, like, you know, launch pads or what have you, right? We know that. And they know that. And they have this bot prevention, you know, code that prevents this from happening. But it didn't prevent anything. That's all I'm saying. And again, the
Yeah,
bot
well,
prevention code, it's like two,
they
3 lines of
disclose
code.
some screenshots that they were stating, like, I don't. I mean, they disclosed some screenshot from some people. I don't know from where, but you could see, oh, my bot doesn't work, or this doesn't work, and then they just stated, "Did you see that we prevent the actual bot to be attacked upon the mint?" But again, and then what? You still had the issues in totally different layers. So
Yeah.
I don't know. In any case,
Yeah.
I mean, again, it's too. I mean,
Okay.
and again. Wait. When Bitgod started with the OXBT token launch, it was not so many people, right? It was a
True.
it was pretty okay compared now. There are a lot of people now because of the success of OXBT. So you know, it's a little bit different now. And you see when you have audience, that much audience, you have a lot of issues right now. So in fact, this methodology doesn't work. You can say whatever you want, doesn't work.
Yeah,
So
their system does not work, and when you are a launchpad, you have to expect the utmost traffic. So if you don't have that in
absolutely.
mind, you didn't create the right product. Is my point. You know what I mean? It's supposed to have traffic. It's supposed to be like that. Okay, so you're supposed to prepare for that. All right. And another thing, but I go back to is, why do you have these things being traded when the sales being conducted? That's another thing. You don't do it like that, bro. So, you know, yeah, it doesn't work. There's still noobs. It has not. Yes, okay, fine. Let's say that it was true. More people came, but you should be expecting that. You should expect that type of traffic and make sure
No, but
your platform could
hey,
control,
but
could handle it.
exactly. But not only that. To me, if you have rounds that they are whitelisted, the whitelisted should be capped for the token that you are allowed to actually give it
Yep.
away. You don't give
Yeah.
whitelisted just to give whitelisted to actually, pump the subscriber, pump the likes, pump
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
social medias, and then you don't have space for 98% of the people that are actually there.
Why do you guys think they have the subs, or the following rather? They grew a following there. Why? Because of Bitgod and because it's a launch pad. Other than that, they've done fuck all. They've done disastrous results. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a reflection of those two things I just mentioned there. Um, Look, man, I wash my hands off of Luminex. I don't know about you guys. You guys go ahead and fucking get your hopes up for none, man. I'm looking to see what Alex does. You know, we had a really good experience with them before, and let's see what they do here. One thing I would say will be very interesting to see, though, you know, and again, man, like people are telling me to get into the launchpad space. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. I got so much on my plate. This is actually worth it, but I feel as though, like, you know, I don't know, man. I gotta think about it some more. I don't think this was designed to do this, right? BRC, what made BRC20 so great? It originated from a fair launch and all that kind of stuff. Yes, those have problems. I personally don't want to see this become in the way where friends are helping our friends and VCs and all that shit that we saw, and it will get to that point. So maybe I should just come to market anyways. You know, it's going to do it anyways, so I might as
I,
well. And well, sorry, I want to finish up my point here. So what I'm trying to get to is, I feel as though a good system in place, right, will be it would have to be some sort of like token attached with some sort of tier system. It just has to be, because that way now you alleviate, you know exactly which people and addresses things could go to. You don't even have to worry about a whitelist. Come whitelist. Oh, whitelist sold out. What the fuck? We talking about public sales sold out? No, whitelist sold out. Whitelist means you're guaranteed. It doesn't mean for the first ever first come first serve whitelist sold out. Noobs. Everything is newbie about this, bro. Everything. So yeah, all I'm saying is I feel as though you have a much more organized structure in place, whether that's on L2 or whether that's like with a terror system, you know, token or not, whatever. You already know the addresses. You could organize that. You could streamline that much better than this shit. Disaster.
Yeah, I mean, the ideal in this case of scenario, since we are talking about BRC20 network slow and everything, you should cap, you know, a number that is actually fulfill the allocation that you actually give it out. Therefore, you have the time frame that you can actually allow the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or whatever you want to call, to actually contribute. And whoever doesn't contribute, then you're going to have that little spot for the people that they actually didn't get inside in these tiers. But
Like bro, go ahead.
giving the possibility to 60,000 people to simultaneously actually try to mint what you think is going to happen. What you think is going to happen? You're going to have 4,500 transactions that they are coming inside in like 5 hours, and maybe 3, 4, 5 people they're going to get inside in these spots, and then you call it an issue. Well, duh. I mean, you don't need to be a rocket science about it.
Yeah, no. I hear you on that, man. You know, again, I can't stress this enough, and I'll go to the chat, but guys, they're new to market. Stop riding their fucking dicks. They're noobs. Like, okay, this is my point, right? When people, you know, they see you on YouTube, they see you do this, they see you do that. You know, the guys who are on crypto every single day, hustling every single day for so long, you know, it's time spent in the market that dictates if you're a noob or not. Again, they don't have no experience. They're 3 weeks at most. Guys like myself and other people out there as well on YouTube that's been active in crypto for years and years and years. They may look at us as, oh, they're just influencers, they're just marketers. But it's time spent, and we have that. We've seen these things happen time and time again. So when you tell them you want to give them advice, they get very offended by this. Oh, well, you're just a YouTuber. Nah, bro. This is my world. Crypto is my world, dude. You know, this is where you know, I met so many people. I've seen things, rug pulls. I've seen success stories. I've seen people that could have made it but didn't because they didn't do this, they didn't do that. I've seen a lot, bro. Nobody ever seen it all because there's so much more to see. You know, you're always going to see some bullshit. But what I'm trying to say is, don't underestimate guys, you know, like myself, who could actually help your sorry ass out. That's all. You know, and I gotta say it just like that. But anyways, I'll go to the live chat now.
Yeah. Do you want to bring it? Or you wanna walk it through?
Yeah, I'll go through it. So we got special here says, but what about the mempool? Bitcoin network was handling all those transactions. I see this as a big problem. Yeah. Again, guys, goes back to what I said. Thank you, Luminex guinea pigs. We see what's the problem here. It might have to be L2. You know, L2 is the solution. And who's on L2? Alex Lab's on L2, and who we know that could actually build a real, you know, technical product like a DEX, order book DEX, Alex Labs. So hope is still there. Like honestly, this is, I'm gonna smash the like buttons, guys, please. You know, honestly, and share this as well. Honestly, this is a big ass opportunity for another launchpad to step in, you know, step in the way and really kind of like show it how it's done and take over, bro. So I think Alex Labs looks like they're primed for that. Who knows? Maybe they might have issues. We'll see. But as I said, it can only go up from here and get better. It just cannot get any worse than this. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think if I was a betting kind of guy, a gambler, I'll probably bet on them.
No, for sure.
Alicia says, go ahead.
No,
Yeah, go ahead.
no. I think it's been now what has been like three projects, that has been minted, has been live already from when they was already starting the round 1 or round 2. So we see on all 3 projects for XBT, PSAT, and the last one. So the token was already trading hours and hours before. So this is not the way. It's thanks to them that we have now, some layers of the issues that we actually need to work on. And it's true, Alex Lab has the perfect candidate to actually take over if they do it correctly. But again, they didn't prove it yet in a launchpad methodology. So let's wait it out.
It's true. I'm not jumping the gun. All I'm saying is I'm optimistic and the potential is there. And I feel as though, dog, they already have a launchpad, right? They've done it. So they're experienced in that regard. So let's see what happens. Who knows? Maybe they surprise me and it doesn't go according to plan, but I'm led to believe otherwise just because of, I got to give them the benefit of the doubt because they already proved themselves from a technical standpoint. And this is way less more technical. That's all. Okay. That's all I would say about that. Okay. People are talking about, I think there's some other guys out there that's doing a launchpad. We'll see. It's anyone's for the taking right now, Dev. It's anyone's for the taking. Who wants to be the go-to launcher? This is your moment to rise and shine. Luminex dropped the ball. They dropped the baton. Who's going to pick it up and run with it?
Well, Luminex highlight the issue, and now it's for the next one to take these issues and solve it and give the experience that it should be given to the people. So let's see if somebody actually come up with some better solution. Alex Lab is the first candidate that we know, and we know that there is several different launchpads that they're working on behind the scene, but working behind the scene and actually delivering we know it's a totally different experience. So
you see the issue they're experiencing is the transfer inscriptions. Actually, no, that's not the issue. The issue is they're just actually sending over the funds with the bots. So maybe they have circumvented that issue with the transfer inscriptions, which is good because I can see that could be problematic for them, but that's not the issue here. Yeah. Let me just see here. Somebody asked, oh yeah, Ordkit. Well, Ordkit's another disaster too, right? That's the same system, the same business model. It's just not going to work. Do smash the like buttons, guys. I appreciate you. If you enjoy us just dropping this content for the people who wants a platform to also speak their mind when it comes to the situation. And like at the end of the day, everyone shouldn't be too pissed off. It's not like if you lost money or anything. It was just a big disappointment, and it was like a pie in their face. It was a big flop. Okay, for those who are now joining, we're talking about the issues that Luminex had, which we called after PSAT. I said it was going to get worse, and it got worse. Okay, and it's not about me. I'm just saying, an experienced guy like myself, who has an experienced set of eyes, like a lot of other people out there, will see the same things. We call this out. People ask me if I try to get in. I said I'm not wasting my time on that. Why, Francis? Because I knew what the outcome was going to be, so I didn't get let down. Furthermore, the ticket size can't even fill up my damn gas tank, so I'm good. Yeah, so we're talking about also Alex Lab and their Launchpad too. Very optimistic, looking forward to that. And I think you guys should probably pay attention to Alex Lab once again. People who's been in the space for some time, not people who are new coming to market like Luminex, being pushed by all these guys for what reason, I don't get it. I don't know if they're financially incentivized or what. Why are people pushing Luminex for when they have no reputation? Well, I guess they have a reputation now and it ain't that good. You know what I mean? And then they'll go on a space to try to save their reputation. Why? Call for what it is, bro. Is it a conflict of interest if you don't? I don't get it, bro. This is what I'm telling y'all, bro. We're going to see BRC20, let's call it launchpads, get very centralized, get very monopolized. We don't want that. If you're going to do that, don't call yourself Bitcoin DeFi. Call yourself Bitcoin CeFi. You are Bitcoin CeFi. That's all. If that's what you're going to do, right? And if these same characters who are talking about Luminex on Twitter Spaces and stuff aren't going to be honest about the situation, you guys got a problem, bro. Now you're going to see, because you know why crypto influencers, I call it on the other side of the moon, got so corrupted. like BitBoys and all these guys, right? Who will actually work for the companies who are paying them other than the people who are watching them. You know why? Because when, okay, you start off very humble, you start off very, oh, I'm just like you guys. And as you grow, opportunities come to you. When money comes to you, you got to have a special conflict of interest, right? That doesn't conflict with that person or that company, or else they're not going to want to fuck with you and give you money. So now we're seeing Bitcoin. It's the truth. And this is how people get corrupted. And now what we're seeing right now is Bitcoin DeFi or BRC20s are getting these opportunities and there's money to be made. Well, guess what? Certain influencers on certain Twitter spaces cannot speak bad about them because that's a conflict of interest, right? What the fuck, bro? Like,
It's a
okay,
chain
let
of
me ask you this.
events.
I'll give you an example. We got guys like, Trevor BTC and all these other guys out there, which I like, I respect, cool, they're doing their thing. Why are you up under Luminex's ass for, bro? And you just known them for 3 fucking weeks. Oh, the moment that happened, let's bring them on and hear their side of the story. Why? Like, there's no story to tell. We already saw what happened. Why? Like, what's the point of that shit, bro? Fucking, they're a write-off, bro. Move on. They're showing us everything. Words is fucking cheap, bro. Action tells me everything. I don't give a fuck what you gotta tell me. I want to see what you're doing, bro. I don't need to hear you in a space to kind of like save your name. So this is where, well, my point is this, guys who are watching. I've been in this game for 6 years. I've seen this happen. You're going to see. I'm not saying Trevor is that guy because I like Trevor. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is you're going to see influencers who has a conflict of interest who cannot tell you the fucking truth. Okay, because they got special interests that's aligned with certain entities like the Luminexes and other, third parties of the world who are pretending to be Bitcoin DeFi when it's Bitcoin CeFi. Fucking facts.
Yeah, it always start in a decentralized ways and it always end in a centralized fuckery. So
it gets tainted. Why? People get greedy. They want to
greedy.
monopolize.
Yeah, of
Friends want to
course.
help friends out. They don't want to be factual. They want to fucking read you fucking fairy tale stories and it's okay. Don't worry, it's not that bad because of this. Why? Because they're aligned with those people to be incentivized, bro. That's the name of the game. And that's how I call it, again, the other side of the moon, the crypto normies, Ethereum, Solana, all that shit. Like that's how that got corrupted. And honestly, bro, like coming into this space in the early phases, like say 2, 3, whatever we did 4 months ago, bro, it was so friendly, it was so nice. You didn't see these like narratives and alliances being formed where they want to control a narrative. I'm seeing that right now, bro, and it's getting contaminated. It's getting corrupt. It is. It is. When there's money to be made, bro, like we talk all this shit about politicians. They're bad people. They're corrupt. Well, how about this? If your fucking ass was a politician, I bet you'd be fucking corrupt too. Most people would. It's easy to say that because I'm seeing it right here. With a little bit of power that influencers get here, that they can control a narrative, they can trick people, they can make money from it. They're doing the same fucking way, just on a smaller scale. Politicians are just on a grander scale. So if you're doing it on a smaller scale, if you have the opportunity to get away with it on a grander scale, of course you're going to do it too, bro. So don't talk shit. Human beings are human beings. Okay, and this goes for everyone. They could be corrupted, they could be bribed, they could be. I'm not saying this is what's happening out there. I'm just explaining the nature of a human being. We have feelings, right? We could get corrupted and have self-serving agendas. Is my point. Okay, I hope this
Yeah.
doesn't get that fucking far, because it looks like it's on the way
Well,
of being that.
well, it's gonna be that far because as long that there's gonna be an influx of liquidity, then the grid is gonna just increase, and then the fucker is gonna just get bigger and bigger. That's just how human is wired in some weird freaking way. And we see it again and again and again and again over the cycles of history in only crypto, but not only crypto, but in general. I mean, why the society is so fucked? I mean, it's not just because they get chocolate. It's because they get money, and they get a lot of money by saying determinate things, and they just want to milk your brain to say those things. It's the same things that is happening here. Start like, nice and dandy, everybody cheering out with each other, giving high five. You're cool, yes, I like the way you think. And then what happened? Then it happened that you get attention, you get audience, and then you get power. Then when you get power, you can get money. When you
Like
get money, then you know
all I'm saying is smash the like buttons, guys. Appreciate that. All I'm saying is this: people, viewers, corporate companies in this space, how the heck could they get upset of you if you are calling it the way it unfolded? if whatever my eyes telling me is how I'm going to perceive it and tell people, right? In fact, how could they get? What I'm trying to say is, how could anyone be upset at you for speaking truth? My job, once again, coming on YouTube, is to speak the truth, right? Is to be a
Yeah, but
realist.
they don't
Is to be like,
like it. They don't like, people don't like
I
that.
know, bro. I know. That's my point too. No, like it's almost like if nobody likes it. Nobody likes that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
but
You know,
never, nobody liked the truth.
bro. If
You know,
I was to have to be like a fake little bitch online, bro, dude, I might as well go put on the steel toe shoes and go work in a factory because that might be more serving to me than this. You know what I mean? I just can't do that, brother. I just can't do that. So, and that's the very easy thing to do. Why? Okay, let me join. Like the whole Bybit click back then, bro. I freaking evaded from that, bro. I could have been part of that click. So much more subs, so much more freaking referral links, money. Nah, bro. I don't care about that. So, anyways, I don't want to go that far, but we're sadly seeing this turn into like into the regular centralized world and also the Ethereum CeFi world. Anyways, what do you guys think in the chat? Kingdom Servants Rising says, I love this cat. Appreciate you, Kingdom. Thank you for tuning in. PSAT only 7% for public and MXRC impossible to buy. Yep. Yep. Yes, sir. Look, I would say this though. Whenever it comes to public sales, we do normally see that. Right? We do normally see it's hard to get. It's hard to get, right? The public sale, but all that whitelisting stuff, and like it wasn't even hard to get. It's like you couldn't get. You're getting error.
you know,
There's
one thing. No, but one thing, one model. It's and even that model is going to be discussed in any way. You're never going to be make it happen everybody because you cannot include everybody. If a project is good,
yeah,
you're going to have a lot of attention. You're going to have a lot of people that want to get in. You cannot include everybody, but at least give the ones that you say you are included, that you actually fucking get it.
yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
say
Give
you're
them the
in and
whitelist.
then you say, well, fuck, we are oversubscribed. Yeah, it went and it did.
Dude, when I see the noobs, they're like, "Oh, we sold out in 2 seconds. Oh my god, it was such a success." I'm like, "Oh, you idiots! You're falling for the
No, it was not.
mousetrap."
It was not
Like
because
that.
again, if
But
you
dude,
present
that's
a
my
project,
point. That's my point. It's either one of two things. People got very low IQs, or they just want to. They're dick riders. Oh, it's Luminex. Oh, they're getting popular. So let me just go with the flow. Yeah, okay. Nah, bro. Use your fucking brain. That's not how it went down. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. God.
yeah,
Ah.
no. Again, it is fine that somebody had to open the doors in the BRC20 token and become the launchpad. So there we go. There Ordkit, there is Luminex. We have the examples now. We see what is going on. We see the problems. Now is going to be the wave 2 of the launchpad. So we're going to have Alex Lab is ready to actually kick off with the project, apparently. So we'll see what is going to play out. Many people, they're also there. They don't like the peg in, peg out. The issues also there. There is
Yeah,
some
that's
issues
true.
there. We cannot lie about
That
that.
is
So
true.
some people, they
No,
just like
true,
to
true.
actually mean the BRC20 will stay on the Bitcoin chain and not fuck with the layer 2 and stuff like that. So
So
it's
so
very difficult.
let
Yeah, go.
I was going to say let's break it all down, right? The genesis of all of this started, okay? I believe people liked the original system or the organic system of Fairmints and going over there and minting it out and getting yours, okay? But
Yeah.
then that had its own problems where people were being front run, especially if you try to do a mass inscription. Let's just say it came to $800, you were front run like myself with that VMPX Jack Levin's coin, and you got screwed. Not that you got screwed because the coin didn't do good. You got screwed because you actually literally did not get your coins, right? Your tokens, right? Okay, cool. Then we saw launchpad structure come into place, okay? Like Luminex that tried to fix that problem by having it in this one area, but I feel as though that created other problems and it didn't necessarily solve. I guess one could argue it may have solved the problem of not being front run in terms of losing your entire transaction master inscription, but people are still getting screwed over by bots here, and it's pretty embarrassing when you have tokens being traded already live too. Okay, now what we're seeing now is I think with Alex we're going to see how the L2s do it, right? And again, there's pros and cons to all, is my point. Like you just said, the peg in, peg out, that is very true. That is very true. But is that really a problem, or is that something like a mechanism in place to deal with L2 to L1? That's what that is. You need a
Mhm.
mechanism. If you're on L2, well, it solves all those other issues we just discussed, or should at least, right? And then you got to go back to L1. So you got to do a peg in, peg out. There's no other way to run that. Now, which system you prefer the best? Go for it. Pick your poison kind of thing, right? But they all have their pros and cons. But I feel as though, bro, this one right now might be the worst. Might be the worst. I don't know. You could argue that maybe the first one too, like, the original way of doing it, but that's what people really liked. It had those attributes of, oh shit, I don't need to be part of this one. I don't have to worry about whiteness. I don't have to do all these things. But then again, you got to worry about other things like, losing your $800 in mass inscription, right? When a Hawkman comes. So pick your poison. That's all I could say. Everything is going to have pros and cons, bro. Everything. And L2 is no different.
Of course, but the same like it was on the Ethereum side. There was pro and cons also there. I mean, it's never going to be perfect solution. That's impossible to actually have a perfect solution because that.
So again, so if I just laid out all the scenarios for you with pretty much all the pros and cons, I had to choose, guys. What would it be? Obviously, I'd like to go back to where it all started, but that's not gonna work. Transaction fees are gonna go up. I definitely don't want to mess with this. Next, it has to be L2. I mean, like, we got to be open to see how it goes down, and it might be the smoothest ride. It might be the smoothest ride, for a number of things. It's on layer 2. It's from people who've been doing this for at least over a year. People who are technically capable of building a DEX and order book, which is quite a tall order to ask for, and they've done it. So I'm looking forward to this, and I'll shut up about launchpads now.
Yeah, I mean, there is a cheesy DeFi. I say I did two invoice and it went all good. So that's good for you. I mean, at least somebody gets it through.
Oh yeah, who said that?
Cheesy DeFi.
Oh, somebody got through. Who was that?
Cheesy DeFi.
Good. No, that's good then. That's good. Somebody got. I hope it was profitable.
Let's say if you have 5,500, 150. Well, you get 10x.
Okay, that's respectful. That's respectful. 10x. I don't know. It is though. Yep. It is. Give it to them on that front. Yeah. If you're talking about long term, that are the originals. Anything with utility. That's what I'm going to tell you, right? Ordinals for a second. So the originals is like Ordi, the first. And I know people are saying, hey man, that shit went down. I don't know. Well, if we all believe Bitcoin DeFi is a thing, if we all believe it could be Bitcoin summer in like July or August or whatever it is, or before that, then those are the ones that are going to pump, right? Right? Think of Ordi like okay, number one. Dude, wasn't there some sort of like launchpad that were talking about using Ordi as a token? Whatever happened to that?
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what it was.
Talking about the first, right? Let's talk.
Wait, let me stop you. It's lagging a lot, the Wi-Fi. It's the Wi-Fi problem. Or the bandwidth or something. The connection.
How about now?
That's better.
Is it better?
Yeah, that's look better. Sounds better.
Cool. Sorry about that, guys. Was my audio okay though?
No, you was cutting.
Yeah, so sorry to repeat that. The BRC20 tokens I'm talking about is, I would say it's the first, right? So Ordi. If we all believe that Bitcoin DeFi is a thing, and we believe that how this could happen within the next month or 2 or 3, this summer pretty much, I believe I revere Ordi as like Bitcoin, right? Meaning it's the first of the BRC20s. And normally when we see a bull run happen, well, what do we see? Well, Bitcoin normally pumps. So that's my line of thinking at least. So I like Ordi. I think Ordi is a safe bet, although everything is still risky here. Okay, if we go back to the first of the first, well, I have to go to memes on Bitcoin. I just have to. Although, like me personally, I was never this guy that invested into Dodge and all these things. But I feel as though meme coins has come to the point where it's part of the culture now in crypto, right? As funny as that may sound, right? It has taken a life of its own. And if memes, memes BRC20 was the first meme coin on Bitcoin, I am going to place a bet on that. And I still got a lot of my coins as well. I did sell some, for profits. You have to. We are investors here. As an investor, you invest into something for a future ROI. You don't invest into some just a hodl. That's not investing, right? So I would say that. And we're talking about things with utility, right? And I think we're going to see some mega utility. Like, we talk about SHNT token, SHNT. Listen, when that utility comes out, I think it's going to be something where it might be one of the first BRC20s with the actual real utility. Now, does that mean I don't want to see other BRC20s? Like, I don't look at other BRC20s as competition. I don't. I want to see them flourish. I want to see this piece develop. I want to see us advance. I want to see us evolve and scale. And that will entail not just me doing my thing and putting in my efforts with Shin to make it a real utility, but that entails everybody else doing their part too, right? Or at least some people doing their part of actually trying to make something with that's useful that you can use day to day. Art could only go so far, guys. Let's be honest. Now, we're seeing some cool projects come out. Now, if you're talking about ordinal side of things, listen, man, rare sats is where it's at. Rare
Yeah, there is
sats
actually
is where it's at.
yeah,
Go ahead.
there is actually a good question here from Warby brought 42. What does the start of BTC DeFi season look like?
What does the start of it?
What is going to be the cataclysm basically to actually kick off the
Okay, great
DeFi
question. Great
summer?
question. Great question. Honestly, based off of what I've saw in the past, based off of what my intuition tells me and my common sense, whichever launchpad gets it right.
Yep.
Whichever launchpad gets it right, right? And when you see, I'll tell you why. Let's just say a launchpad gets it right? Dude, listen, if I didn't have nothing on my schedule, bro, I'll fucking come to market quick with a launchpad. But I got commitments I need to fulfill first, and I don't want to drop those commitments, which is what we're building here with SHNT. So, but we'll see. So, anyways, yeah, so we see these launch pads come and it works. They get it right. People are getting their things the way they should get it. Tokens aren't being traded live as the sale is happening. Whitelisters are getting it whitelisted. People are happy. People are making money. Things are Xing, right? The BRCs. What's that going to do? The word is going to spread to the broader crypto markets, right? And it's going to get widespread to the other guys on the other side of the moon, I like to call it, which is the regular crypto guys. And once they start to hear about it and they start to migrate over to the BRC20 world, then what? We get more demand. Things grow, things pop. So I believe that's part of it. And it's not necessarily only going to be indicative of the success of a launchpad on who gets it right. But the reason why I use that example is because people like to go into things when they see things are mooning. And I think the way we could see this market start to, grow with market capitalization is by, these launchpads being successful. And people love to see that. And when they see that, they want in. Like, what do you think happened with BRC20s? They saw Ordi was popping off, Pepe was popping off, memes was popping off, and people came and they popped off even more. But what happens? The infrastructure and the foundation was not laid there for scalability. So that got cut off. Okay, and once that gets cut off now, it's like, oh shit, okay, I guess I missed the hype, and the people goes back to like little ants crawl back into their homes and they hide forever until the next hype comes. And had they stuck with it, right, I feel as though we would still have that sort of like cushion there and market growth. But hey, it is what it is. But to answer your question, I feel as though we need to see some success again with the right infrastructure foundation laid, and then we could have a sustained platform that could grow, right? With these projects coming in, the overall market cap grows, people hear about money, then we get people from the regular side of crypto, the other side of the moon, migrate, and that's where things really kicks off. So the bottom line there comes down to the right infrastructure, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, we can be agree. Everybody can agree that the infrastructure was not ready for the audience. The ecosystem was not ready for getting all these people on boarded on the BRC20 ecosystem. And but I'm truly believe that there is a lot of smart mind, like you say many times, that they are working behind the scenes. And also maybe something that we didn't talk is the actual lightning network solution. That could be also something that
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
explored.
I think Taro, now they're Lightning Labs. I think they're going to shock the entire space. That's another L2 solution as well. I'm very bullish on them, optimistic, and yeah, I want to see what they're developing. Haven't had time to really look at them. Again, guys, I will be taking a break from YouTube. I got to go back. I think the space needs me to show my Superman T-shirt again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
So
there was a dude, Hucifer, is say you guys need to do a Twitter space like this. So it was
bro,
actually discussing about
I'm
that.
all about that. Listen, guys, what I'm gonna do too. So for the people here, you guys will know first. Yes, I'm taking a little break to get my head back into the books and to figure out shit like I'm doing right now. I figured out some crazy stuff last night, and that was only like 2 days spent in the research room. So give me some time, and then what I would do is I will simulcast from YouTube and Twitter Space. Well, Twitter has lives, so I might simulcast from Twitter and from YouTube Live as well. That's what I would do instead of space. I mean, I'll do spaces too, but I just don't understand. Why don't people do Twitter lives? Do you guys think that would be cool if I do a Twitter live? So somebody just asked, you guys should do this on Twitter and spaces. Why not do Twitter lives, right? Dude, I didn't even know they had lives. I'm like, why is nobody doing this? So I think I'm going to do a lot of lives on Twitter and simulcast it through my software onto YouTube as well, so I get both audiences. But yeah, to answer your question, I'll be doing a lot more on Twitter. I want more of a presence on Twitter. I'm realizing, well, I've already realized this. The Ordinal, the Ordinal empire, let's call it, and crowd is mainly over there much more than there are on YouTube. But you guys know me, I'm more of a video content kind of guy. Yeah. I'm more of a video guy, so I spent over 100K on my studio, bro. I better be utilizing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, the key part is the actual in Twitter space, the audience can actually interact with you. So you
No,
have
they
much
can
more
too. On
interaction.
Twitter Live, they can. Twitter Live, they can.
Yeah,
You press
exactly,
you
exactly.
can let
So
someone speak. Yeah,
yeah, so Twitter Live is basically, well, same as Twitter Space. You can actually interact with the people that are
it
actually there.
is. So I've done some brief research on it yesterday because we were caught up with other things, as you know, Dev, that we're gonna have to keep declassified for the moment. Um, but yeah, from what I saw, you go to Twitter Studio, you could go live, and then you could also allow people to speak based off the screenshot that I saw. So there you go. I'll be doing a lot more of these also on Twitter. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Is
There
Alex
is.
still airdropping a B20? I believe so, but I think I don't know when the next one would be. Just make sure if you're interested in that. What's the price of B20 now, anyways? But if you're
It
interested in
was
that, just
80
make sure that
cents.
how much?
80 cents it was the last time I
80
watched.
cents? Yeah, okay. But remember, that makes sense. Why? Literally, and do smash the like buttons if you're enjoying the realism here. That makes sense because if you look at the use case of B20, what's the use case? It's to give the people to sell. That's the use case. It's just an airdrop, bro. It's an airdrop token. So people are getting and they're selling. So there you go. I mean, I don't know. I do think, well, not think, it is confirmed. The Alex token is going to be the one for their launchpad, all right? You're going to stake that, then you get your ticket or whatever. Well, at least that's what I'm aware of from the past. Maybe things changed. I don't know. I'll probably check out their Twitter and their website, see if there's any publications on that to give you guys a firm, concrete accuracy on that statement. But I think that's how it's going to work.
Yes.
So we got here something about the CNCL council members have been showing themselves on live EMA videos. Oh, interesting, eh? Which is nice to see. Still waiting on PFP to Toshiba update. That's very interesting. Okay, so they're doing that, eh? Okay, cool. There you go. So they think like me. They think like me. I like their style. I do. They're mysterious. Are they showing their faces or they got like masks on and shit? Like in the live video. That'll be funny if they did that, eh? I like their mystique about them and the launchpad. Hey, bro, I'm all for that. Whoever figures it out, man. As I said, I want to see the space succeed, whether it's me or somebody else. I think whoever does it is going to help out the other guy. All this tribal thing of like, oh, I'm your competitor. It's not like that, man. Let's grow it together. Let's do it. Let's partner. Let's see what we can make this space become. And then a few years from now, we look back and said, hey, man, we were part of that. We helped build it. That's what it's about, man. So I want to see a launchpad become successful, bro. I really do.
Yeah, it's also because I mean, we're here on the same objective, and not just to find to fight the same cause. So instead of fighting between each other, if you have a little brain, you can actually unify and make it a better space for everybody. So I think that's
Okay,
the way to go.
so Deb, sorry. What's his name there? I can't see it properly, but Tittle Lids TV says my tokens are still stuck on Alex Peg. Been waiting 2 weeks growing
Yeah.
pains. So there we go. Right. That's one thing there. As long as Alex is able to handle the actual the execution of getting into the tokens is the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Let's see how it goes. I think they could pull
Yeah,
it
it's
off,
true.
but who knows? Who
It's true.
knows?
Hamed, any suggestion on upcoming project you have your eye on?
To be honest, bro, I'm not looking into upcoming projects. I'm looking at bigger things than that. Right now, at least, you know that will change. But right now, I'm shifting my focus elsewhere. As I said, when everybody's all over something already, it's like I lose my interest. Right? That's when, like, I'm not saying that you're too late. It's just diluted and watered down. You know, trendsetters. You know, we don't really stick with the crowd. We're on to the next train. So to answer your question, I'm not really interested in any sort of like new BRC20 tokens right now. I'm not. I'm giving that a break. I'll leave that up to the 99.9% of people to do. If you are where the rest of the crowd is, you're in the wrong fucking spot. That's my point. Straight the fuck up. Nobody's going to tell you that, but that's the truth. You want to be ahead of the game? How are you going to be ahead of the game when you're at where everybody is? No. So to answer your question, I'm not really interested in much right now. I'm not saying you're not going to find opportunities. You know, there's like rare sats hunting, guys. What did we tell you guys? Like, I don't know if if you guys are aware of this, but months ago, what did we say when we were showing you our ordinal project, sats hunting? Sats hunters, who does sats hunting. I said we believe the market, the ordinal market, is ultimately going to go into sats hunting. Why? Because when you come to a point of over 5 million inscriptions, 10 million inscriptions, what separates Ordinal Project A from Ordinal Project B? There's nothing. The picture's the same, the art's the same. The only thing I'll separate them is if it's backed by actual technology, utility, or a rare sats. Now that's a collector, connoisseur, historian. You know what I mean? That's the real shit there. So, and that's what we're seeing right now. This market's absolutely blowing up. One sold for 1 Bitcoin. Four prices are at 4.5 Bitcoin, and that's why I wanted to commit to something long term. You know, And guys, listen, launch pads are also short term. Everybody wants to be sucking Luminex's dick right now for whatever reason. Well, you think you're going to be fucking talking about Luminex in 2 years, 3 years? And I'll tell you why I know what the fuck I'm saying. What about the launch pads 2 years ago? Anybody fucking talking about them today?
Nope.
Come on, noobs. Come on, newbies. Talk to me. Come on, man. Fuck. This game is too easy, bro. Just don't get caught up in other people's fucking ideologies. That's all.
Launchpad are seasonable. You're in, you're out, and you just need to time it. Do you
Yeah.
think Ordi is a long-term hold from Johnny Boy 44?
If I would have to say, for me personally, yeah. Ordi for me is a long-term hold. I mean, again, if you believe in this BRC, this Bitcoin, DeFi space, this ordinal space, like I do, you have to believe in Ordi. It comes as part of the territory. It's right on top of the list. It has to be. I did see another question here. Yeah, what's your take on this, guys? So, MetaMask asks, running BRC20 on Layer 2 is a waste of time. Should just sell BRC20s just like any other ordinals. Yeah, so if you're talking about a waste of time of doing it there to come back to Layer 1, sure. But at the end of the day, as much as I don't like Bitcoin maxis, Bitcoin is showing us it cannot handle this. Okay? It cannot handle this. So why were Layer 2s even invented? It was invented to alleviate mass,
Congestion.
network congestion. So if it was there to alleviate that, and it's actually there, well, let's go fuck with it. Let's go see what it could do. So we have to at least give it a try. And if that don't work, then that tells me? That tells me we got to go back to the original model of how it was organically, done. Where first come, first serve. Hey, if you get, if the transaction fees goes up, well, hey, it goes up. We tried other, options and it didn't work. We got to live with this one. This is the best one so far, right? That's all. Because I don't think there's anything else you could do, bro. You tried Layer 2, you tried Launchpad, you tried this, the original version. What else is left? None.
No, but then if you think that there's gonna be more and more people coming into the BRC20 ecosystem, coming to the Bitcoin ecosystem, what do you think is gonna actually happen to the network? It's not gonna get better. It's gonna just get worse. So to accommodate all this demand, you need to have a solution or a partial solution that can actually accommodate all these people that is gonna come inside. Do you want to have the Bitcoin DeFi? Do you want to have more people from Ethereum, from Solana, from any chain that you want to think about it coming to BRC20? Then you have to actually have a solution that is capable to actually scale at that demand, and therefore you need to have some sort of a solution. So it's never going to be the perfect
Yeah.
solution.
Well, one guy, Ghana City, says, "Bro, you should reveal your NFT portfolio. You should reveal your NFT portfolio." Uh, Actually, are you talking about when you say NFTs? Do you mean Bitcoin Ordinals? So again, I'm not really big on NFTs. I don't know if you guys know that or not. I'm not really big on NFTs. I am big on Bitcoin Ordinals, certain ones, low inscriptions, ones that are backed by rare, hard ass sats to find. That that has some sort of cultural value to it or whatever, or mathematical difficulty. Low inscription numbers, sub 100K, and ones that have utility. And the ones that have utility they don't really exist that much. So my NFT collection, I can reveal it right now for you. It's like I have a couple or one sub 1,000 inscription. I have a couple or three sub 10K inscriptions. And I have like a couple sub 20K. And I got a nice project I like. That's the first video. This is when I just got into Ordinals. It was the first video collection, MP4 videos, right? It's called Pixel Quotes. And I like that. I like that. So I don't know where that's going to moon or what. I went by it's the first video collection to be inscribed on Bitcoin, right? And that was in 4 months ago when we first got into the space. So I don't really hold much of those Ordinals like that. The art, like NFTs, if you're talking about Bitcoin NFTs. I'm more into what is it backed by? That's what I'm looking at. If it's not a historical thing, like it's a low inscription, then what is that Satoshi that's representing the ordinal? Is it an uncommon? Is it a rare sat? Is it a block 78? Is it a block 9? Right? Things like that. Because that's real collector sort of value. So that's pretty much my NFT collection right there, bro.
Yeah, exactly. And I think when you're gonna have a tool that you can actually, give the possibility to the people to actually scan their wallet and actually identify all these block 9, block 78, rare Satoshi in a very simple way, then I would think that you're gonna have a very high market that can actually recognize those value. Because now recognize those values not that easy as you think. You need to actually search, excavate, and look and the date, and there is a lot of layers to actually go through. So if you actually want to embark the people from the Ethereum to the actual ordinal are historical, you need to have a solution that can actually give you access to different result in a very, very fast pace, meaning you scan your wallet, something that I don't know. I know some guys that they are actually doing something like that behind the scene. But yeah, I would just want to say that once you have the average Joe can scan his wallet, he can identify what Satoshi is actually holding. You can actually identify the price, and actually, therefore, you're gonna actually have the big demand and the big liquidity on this kind of ordinals. But right now it's very even difficult to actually explain to the people, well, look, this Satoshi has this value because of this or because of that, but because also there is not easy access to that information when you actually scan your things, because at the end of the day the interest for an average Joe is what I have in my wallet, what I can do. I have something valuable? If I don't, I mean, I give a fuck, I give a nod, but I want to know if I have something that is valuable that I can sell it, that I can make money. And once you have a solution that can actually deliver that, then you're gonna have a very high demand. And
backed by technology, finding Satoshis that's backed by real value. Right? So someone says here, Brian says, damn, Francis, bro, you look high as a MF. Do I really? I don't know. I did do a lot. I'm back in the research room, so it is what it is. I am kind of squinting right now, too. Was kind of up late last night a bit. So is a set from 2009 more valuable than one from 2018? If all things are same, thanks. So this is the thing. Once you understand now, because of Taproot upgrade combined with SegWit upgrade, right? It allowed ordinals, right? now allows us to choose a Satoshi, right, from Bitcoin's 14-year history, right? It's enriched in history. So many things took place, right, during then. Okay, you can now hand choose and identify a date. Why is that important? Because now, if you look at Ethereum NFTs, so those tokens, like they got dates, but they're brand new tokens that you were mint today. If I want an Ethereum NFT project, I gotta generate new tokens. That doesn't have no history behind it because it was literally minted today. Bitcoin now has that in a 14-year span, and so many things happen in that 14-year span, right? The Bitcoin pizza date, Satoshi's first the block that was mined that's circulating, block 9, the first guy other than Satoshi to mine a block, which was Hal Finney, block 78, right? That's value. And when you look at the rarity behind those blocks, right? I mean, I don't know the exact math, but it's under 1%. Right, of the Satoshis that's circulating. So that's a rarity and also a memorabilia like artifact, right? This is true artifacts. It's almost like Bitcoin archaeologists that's combing through sats and finding them that's backed on those dates, right? That aligns with when that block was produced or mined. Okay, that's real value there. If you guys were buying bullshit random NFT picks, bullshit that's backed by no rare sat or no rare nothing other than hype, then how do you not know and see this is valuable? That's my point. There's so much more value here. And the market is starting to understand this as well. And I'll also do my job too. I'll be doing, lives on Twitter and YouTube as well. So I'll be doing my job like I've already been doing my job from the get-go. So yeah, so to answer your question, if you could find, for example, that block 9, and people have done it, and that block 78, which we have found block 78, by the way, okay? We have found when we're going to inscribe it and show you guys too. So block 78 is a very valuable block. I think it's one of the more valuable ones outside of block 9. Block 9, if you're looking at it from a historical standpoint, if we look at rare physical coins, what really makes them valuable is how old it is. Also, yes, the rarity and who was it owned by? Maybe the Queen of England or Christopher Columbus or some shit like that. That is real history right there. You look in the museum, it's not necessarily only it's valuable because it's one of one. It's valuable because it's old. It's like an aged wine, right? That makes that valuable to some people, whatever. I'll give you an example. So there's different metrics and parameters that defines what is rare, right? Not just by the number that's circulating, but also by the amount of days and years that has passed that, right? Or the first of something, right? So again, block 9 was the first block to be mined that's circulating from Satoshi himself, bro. That is crazy. And you can inscribe that now, and you could prove that's from Satoshi because when you look on the ordinals.com, the block explorer, it says the date, and it does say the block as well. Pretty damn cool, right? So yeah, if you find a certain one from then, sure. They're also saying right now that there are sats from 2009 that are called vintage sats. Okay, vintage sats are essentially the first 1,000 blocks, and I believe from block 1 to 8, that's in Satoshi's wallet. That's dormant. That's just stuck there forever, and we don't think it's ever going to be moved. Right? That's why block 9 is one of the more valuable ones. But anything past 1,000, I would say, like, you can make a case for them. Then some people say, well, hey, look, there are more Bitcoin circulating then. Why is that more valuable? Again, don't go by what you think. Like the Ethereum NFT way of thinking, you're going to get wrecked. You're going to look at something that's actually much more valuable than you think is valuable because your psychology is aligned with the Ethereum NFT. Sort of like, rarity traits and shit, which was gears, you know what? I don't get into all that, but, how many of you guys are still holding your Ethereum bags? I think a lot of people know that they got pretty much wrecked with Ethereum NFTs when not only are they just holding the NFT bags right now, I remember Twitter was crazy with NFTs. What happened to all those geeks, those little kids? Where are they? Right? And why did I never get into that? Because there was nothing backed by it other than you believing someone's hype. That's all. And what is hype? Hype is a fucking hot air balloon, and in the core center of it is fucking nothing. And soon it will pop. And that shit popped. And furthermore, to validate why Ethereum NFTs are worthless that are art, the metaverse is a real thing because that's backed by something. That's a 3D social media platform, right? That you can actually do shit there and make money and fucking conduct shows and shit. That's real shit. But that art stuff, flush it down the toilet. I'll tell you why too. Why people, if they don't believe me, right? That you're stuck with it. Well, if you're stuck with it, it means that nobody wants to fucking buy it. So it is shit, right? Am I breaking up, Dev?
No, that's fine.
No, okay, I will slow there. So my other point is this. You know why we know this shit? Because all of them motherfuckers are migrating over to Bitcoin now.
Absolutely.
So they're telling you, oh, we fucked up. We're coming over here now. There you go.
Yeah, no. That's and it's not even an argument that you actually need to make. It's just fact. It's backed by blockchain, and there is not just an argument that you can actually say, "Oh, this is way better because." No, it's not. It's just fact. It's inscribed inside.
I think we lost you, Dev. It's okay. I'll carry the show on. I think we lost Dev for a second, guys. Let me know if you hear me, though. Maybe it's my connection. I don't know. So Fabio shows the money sign. What's up, Fabio? Thank you for joining. We have Viraj says, hey, guys, a newbie question. The minting price goes higher with the minting count go higher? Tokens to sell lower than minting price. Let me repeat that again. Yeah, we keep switching the bad connection. Hey guys, a newbie question. The minting price goes higher with the minting count to go higher. I don't understand that part. I can see there are many BRC20 tokens to sell lower than minting price. Well, I mean, like, at some point, right? And you need to understand too, people don't really have vesting periods here. So there's everything circulating that has a part to do with it. Another part that we could see here now is, if these launch pads are allowing people who minted in the whitelist round one, let's call it, to list while the sale's happening, I don't think people are going to be appreciative of that. And you can see that particular token tank as well. Okay. So, yeah, first time I saw this here, guest has left. Maybe he might come back. I don't know. But yeah, so to answer your question, if that's happening, is just people dumping or people are seeing the token being sold before the sale's done and they lose trust, right? So it's all good, Dev. All good. We're already fucking my life for an hour. You can come back if you want, see if the link works. If not, it's all good. Okay. I think I missed something here. Okay, somebody says Charlie, Hugh, and Sergio. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know, man. There was even a Twitter live. I'm definitely going to be using that a lot. I like to show my face on camera and speak more than Spaces. Spaces is cool, but it's kind of boring, bro. Like, I can't freaking do that. I mean, as much as I do video content. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate you guys. I just really hope that look, I just hope that how we could find a solution for the current, problem that we're facing with BRC20s and getting into them. Now, whether that's L2, whether that's launch pads, whether that's a tier structure launch pad, whether that's going back to the original, methodology there, whatever it is, I just hope we figure it out. That way, we can have a sustainable framework to onboard the other people, that's on the other side of the moon in the crypto verse. So until then, there ain't really much left to say other than, till the next video, you're on your own. Later.